I was really into computers from a young age. They were like magic boxes, you know? I thought they could do anything. I remember just staring at the screen for hours, totally fascinated. How did it all work? I wanted to know. I was lucky to have a computer when I was a kid. Back then, they weren't common in India. My school had a computer lab and I couldn't wait for my turn. My parents saw how much I loved computers and they really helped me explore. They got me computer magazines and I read them cover to cover. I learned about programming languages and all the newest tech. These early experiences made me really passionate about understanding technology and making new things. I had no idea then that this passion would change my whole life. I started coding with MS-DOS. It was like the king of operating systems back then. It wasn't fancy like today's computers, just a black screen and a blinking cursor. I learned simple commands, moving through folders and making files. It felt like I was talking to the computer in its own secret language. It was so cool. Then, I found QBasic. It was a simple programming language perfect for beginners. I started with easy programs like making the computer say, "Hello world," or adding 2 numbers. Every time my program worked, even the little ones, it felt like a win. It made me want to learn more. I spent hours playing with QBasic, making little games and programs to do simple things. These were my first coding steps. It was the start of my love for coding. The internet changed everything. It opened up a whole new world. I was amazed by this global network and I wanted to be a part of it. So, I taught myself HTML and CSS. Those are the languages you use to build websites. I remember how excited I was to make my first web page. It was simple, just some text and pictures, but to me, it was amazing. I'd spend hours changing the code, even small things, and then I'd be amazed at what happened. I learned about web hosting and put my website on a server. It felt unreal to see my own website on the internet. Making that first website was a big moment. It showed me what I could do, and made me want to learn even more about web development. I went to college to study commerce. My parents, like a lot of Indian parents, thought commerce or engineering was the best way to be successful. I wasn't really interested in commerce, but I did it anyway, not knowing what else to do. But I still loved computers. I spent more time in the computer lab than in my commerce classes. I even skipped classes to work on my own coding projects. It was obvious that I didn't really care about commerce. I had a big decision to make. Should I keep doing something I didn't like? Or should I try something new and follow my passion? I decided to listen to my heart and switch to computer science. It was a big risk, but it was the best thing I ever did. It changed my life. I was finally doing what I loved. I loved coding, but I also liked being creative. I was always interested in art and design. I taught myself graphic design, learning Photoshop and Illustrator. I'd spend hours making logos and drawings. I also thought animation was really cool. I learned how to use Flash, which was popular back then. I made simple animations and special effects. It was so much fun. I realized that design and coding worked well together. I could make websites look great and add interactive stuff. I didn't know then how important these skills would be later in my career. After I graduated with my computer science degree, I wanted to start working in tech. I got a job as a web developer at a big company. It wasn't my dream job, but it was a good place to begin. I learned a lot there. I worked with really smart engineers, learned about how software is made, and got experience working on big projects. But I realized the corporate world wasn't for me. It was too slow, and there were too many rules. I missed working on new and exciting things. I wanted to be more creative and have more freedom. So I decided to take another chance. Startups were getting really big, and it was a great time to be a developer. I joined a small tech startup. They were making a new web application. It was a risk, because startups are known for long hours and you never know what will happen. But I loved the energy and the chance to do something important. At the startup, I could try new things and work on different parts of the project. I learned new technologies and did a little bit of everything. It was hard, but it was also really rewarding. I was learning and growing so fast, I felt like I was finally where I belonged. While I was at the startup, I had an idea for a Chrome extension. It was a simple idea to fix a problem I had. I spent nights and weekends building it and then put it on the Chrome Web Store. I didn't think much about it, but then, it became super popular. Thousands of people downloaded it every day. It was even featured on the Chrome Web Store homepage. Big tech companies noticed my extension, and I started getting emails and calls from recruiters at Facebook and Google. They were impressed with the extension, and even more impressed that I was self-taught. I couldn't believe it. It showed that you don't need a fancy degree or a big company job to be successful in tech. I had a tough choice to make. Facebook and Google, the biggest names in tech, both wanted me. I interviewed with both of them. The interviews were really hard, long, and intense. I met with engineers, product managers, and even bosses. They tested my technical skills, my problem solving, and my creativity. Then, I got job offers from both. It was a dream come true. I never thought this would happen. I had to choose between two amazing opportunities: Facebook, the social media giant, or Google, the king of search. While I was trying to decide, something amazing happened. Google offered to buy the startup I worked for. It was an acqui-hire, which means they mainly wanted the talented people. It was a great opportunity for everyone. The whole team would join Google, work on cool new projects, and have access to all of Google's resources. It was an easy decision. We said yes. I joined Google as a software engineer. It was a dream come true. Working at Google has been amazing. I've worked on some of the most innovative products in the world and learned from some of the smartest people. I've grown so much, both at work and as a person. I've traveled the world and met people from everywhere. Google really cares about its employees and gives them what they need to succeed. I'm so thankful for the chances Google has given me. It's been an incredible journey, and I'm excited for what's next. Looking back, I'm surprised at how far I've come. From teaching myself to code to becoming a Google engineer, it's been an amazing trip. I've learned that anything is possible if you're passionate and work hard. Of course, luck was a part of it too. I was lucky to have a family that supported my dreams and to meet the right people at the right time. But luck isn't everything. You have to be ready to take chances when they come, try new things, and learn from your mistakes. My story isn't special. Lots of people have found success through hard work and not giving up. If you love something, don't let anything stop you. Follow your dreams with everything you've got. The tech world is always changing, so there's always something new to learn. Enjoy the challenge, never stop learning. And who knows, maybe you'll achieve your biggest dreams too.